Hello guys, here we are here to present the program. Today is the start of the cell of new program NC Breakthrough. First I'm gonna welcome you all and thank you for watching this stream. I try first to explain HUD and then we are going to go into the action. I will try to be fast when explaining the HUD so we can have more time to play. You can see that this is the name hands VPIP preflop. This is fold versus 3-bit out of position, fold versus 3-bit in position. With these stats they are connected to the pop-up. So here we have a multi-way pop-up. When we click here, we see how this player play multi-way. We see how he play multi-way as PFR, as a caller, and as an in-position player. We have graphs and definitions. Here we have also deep pop-up. We see how player play deeps, what he 3-bet deep, with what he calls 3-bet deep, how he play on certain board textures, how he plays out of position, in position, and same thing as when he called the 3-bet. We have here 4-bet pop-up. We see how player plays in 4-bet pots. We see here out of position, in position stats, and as he 4-bet and he called 4-bet. We have also board structures. We have a deep play, and we have everything here. Also, we have like definition. We see, for example, with what sizing did he c-bet in 4-bet pot, with what he did continue turn, river, and what did he called c-bet as a caller. 4-bet is a 4-bet caller, and also what did he call turn with and river. Okay, then we have a fold versus 3-bet out of position, in position. It's connected with a 3-bet pop-up. So for example, we see here that this player called 3-bet out of position. We click out of position stats and we get the 3-bet pop-up here. We see he's folding to c-bets. We see against certain stats, against certain board structures. We have a range here. So for example, we click here and we see the range. We see the strength of the range, 4-bet range, fold to 5-bet, and else. I'm gonna start to connect because soon we'll be, I think, kicked out. So I'm gonna click here to I'm back. Let me tell you, moving forward with the HUD explanations. Here's raise first. We have positions, how much he raised from early, middle, cutoff, button, and we got a pop-up next to that position, so we see what type of hands did he raise with. We see the range if we have hands. So for example, here we have that he raises 21%. We have all his range. We have like fold versus 3-bet with what he's called 3-betting in these positions if we want to be more specific. Then we have like here is aggression factor, and it is connected with overbet pop-up. So we have how he play against overbets, how he play when he's out of position versus overbet, how he play when in position versus overbet, and when he makes overbets in position and out of position and in position. We also have here like with what he's calling the turn with what he's following on call on the river. Does he we have here stats, and also we have like graph, and we can easily see the context of the hand. So for example, we see here that he did call overbet on the turn, and on the river with the middle pair. We have a size here also. So I think it's pretty sweet. You just click this and you see everything. You see the context of the hand, you see how much it's size, because this here is a pot size, and when we go up from there, we see the strength. So for example, when we click here, we see the strength. So this is like good hands, nuts, and stuff like that. And when we go from down there, we got like bluffs or weak hands. So it's pretty sweet. When you click that, you can see. I think this is fold here. he probably value bet ace-x here. So we see like all context of the hand we need to see. We have like his check turn, bet over bet turn, check flop over bet turn. We got the river bet. We got with what he's calling in position, out of position. So everything about over bets, it's in this pop-up. When we are in the hand and there's an overbet situation, I will go to the pop-up and explain in details. This is just the face, so we can go to the HUD. Okay, this is c-bet stats, c-bet out of position, double barrel, triple barrel, and c-bet in position, double barrel, and triple barrel also. So it's also they are connected with c-bet in position, out of position pop-up, and we have everything. We have strength, we have sizes, we have board structures, we have like everything you need, and you have a graph, and also you can like in a small amount of time you can really see his strategy from the graph, because you see the context of the hand. We have like no bet here. That means we can from the HUD just see his check fold strategy. For example, we see that this player check folds 56% of the time. When he checks, he folds like 56%, and we have a pop-up next to it, so we see that he check folds, and we also see the range that he check calls. We have that for the we're gonna check raise here. We have that for the 3-bet pots and for the normal pots also. I'm gonna check here. Okay, I'm gonna raise here. I'm gonna call here 2 pairs. He is on the flush draw, and he did get there. Okay, moving forward, it's really easy, because you click here and you have like all you need. You have like check fold, but also have how he's progressing after the check call. So for example, he's check calling the flop and check folding turn 42%, and when he calls that line, we can also click here and we will see with what type of hand did he call. So for example, we can see here also delay c-bet stats, which is important. We can see delay c-bet, and bet river. We can see with what he's calling delay c-bet and stuff like that. It's here is like when he double checks out of position, how much he checks folds, and when he triple checks. Okay, I'm gonna bet here one third of the pot. Okay, and this is the same for in position. Versus the c-bet is, I mean, it's like basically same as the c-bet, just when you are facing c-bet, so how much he folds, and also the pop-up is connected to that. We see here step, out of position step, this is donk, so we have step turn, this is step turn when player checked. In position, bet turn versus miss c-bet, we had like versus the hero stats, we had like fold versus raise, we have step turn bet river, and also we have like all that in definition. So we see here with what he's tapping the turn, we see here with what he's continuing with river. Here we can see sizes, it's pretty important, and we can just click here and see all context of the hand, with what was he bluffing with and stuff like that. So in small amount of time you can many hands connect into the strategy, because when you see like does he using the blockers, if yes, on what structures did he continue, did he slow down, it's really important to know that. Okay, we have like step river, this is step in position versus the bet versus missed flop c-bet, bet versus missed turn, and bet versus the missed river c-bet. Okay, I think this guy is pretty passive. I don't see much of the bluffs here at all, and I know that he's really tight. I'm gonna make a fold here. Okay, I'm gonna fold here, jack 7. Okay, and this is versus delay c-bet, so we only from the HUD we can see how much he is folding to delay c-bets, and also when we click we see with what he's calling delay c-bets. We can see that for normal pots, for 3-bet pots, we can see here is call delay fold turn, and this is the fold when there is a triple check thank you guys. Okay, this is also the same stats for in position, fold versus delay CBT in position, call delay, fold river, and fold when he checked double times. Okay, we're going to tribute here, and I think that's it for now. We can go into the action, and I'm going to try to talk about when we have a spot. I'm going to try to connect the pop-up with the spot that we are in. Okay, so we're gonna now go and play. This guy calls tribute really a lot. I know just from the stats, 9% on the fall. He has like 40% hands here. We're gonna bet here. This is pretty close. I'm gonna fold here. You can see how much he's double barreling. If he's double barreling and folding river. Okay, but he has a okay check range, so we won't have a bluff opportunity on the river. So I'm gonna fold here. This guy check raises. We're gonna see he usually check raises me with top pair. We're gonna see tribute pop up. We're gonna see how much he check raises and with what he's check raising with. So he has like bluffs, no equity hands, and top pairs. So we're gonna call here and see from there. Usually when he bets really strong, like pot, he has like value hand. With bluffs, he's betting like half of the pot. Okay, here we can go for a check, or we can go for the defensive bet. I'm going to check here. And I don't think that he has any ace-6. Here we can go for check raise, or don't. Okay, he was going with a top pair. Against me, he wouldn't ever fold a top pair, so I think it's okay here to do that, to just check the turn and go to the river. I didn't want to bluff with this because he wouldn't fold the jack, and if we are front, we have like middle pair, and I think we're gonna beat his bluffs. So that's the reason I didn't want to turn it into bluff on the river. Okay, here's interesting spot. We don't know anything about him. I'm gonna check here. Okay, we have tens. We're gonna open, and this guy like bombs here. I mean, we have a pretty cool hand to turn into the bluff, because he only full house he can have is 8-10, but I don't know how he plays. So for now we won't do such a place, but it's really good hands to do that. But I'm gonna fold here. This guy tribets. We can see his tribeting range. Okay, like 16%, and he calls. I think we can go either way. This guy, I know I played with him like last 2 days when we were making probe streams. I know that he's calling like tribets with 8s, 9s, some suited hands like ace jack and queen jack suited. I think here we wanna bet here for sure. When this player checks, he usually won't check raise in this spot. So if he has like ace king, ace queen, or broadways, he's gonna fold. We're gonna see here against him. He possibly can have even lower. This is like fold. Okay, he can even have a lower pair. So like he can have even gutshot here, like 6 and even 5s. He called a couple of tribets, and I didn't see the hands that he had. So okay, there is no action on NL400, and soon there was an action. Soon, when there will be action, we will be at the tables also, so we can like see the players there. Even I think most of the same players play NL200 and NL400 on iPoker. Okay, here we have a 3-bet. This guy is really tight. Okay, I'm sorry to hear, Chain, that it's laggy. We did the probes today, but there wasn't lag today, so I don't know. I hope it will be better. Okay, this guy, we can see his calling range. He calls really, he calls really rarely. Okay, usually against on these boards against tighter calling range, we need to have a check range here, or a range like maybe 10% of CBS, 10 till 15%, so much easier is played to check range. I think we can check raise here. I think it's a cool turn for us. It blocks his sets. I mean the nines are probably in 3-bit range, so we're gonna bet here like I lost the bank. Usually the bank is 1 minute, but when we were going through hard explanation, we lost the bank. Okay, I think we're gonna see here want us to bet, and we're gonna bet like this. If we bet normal size, I think he will call with hands like pocket pairs, even 3 or deuces. So I'm gonna overbet here. We probably is better to shove here, to be honest, but okay. I got confused because usually time bank on Super Sport is 1 minute, and now we don't have any, so we'll need to be careful, and I'll try to explain as fast as possible until the time bank gets back to 1 minute. Also, I want to talk about badges. We got cool badges here. We got the guide how to use them. I'm gonna just roughly go through them when there's no action. For example, this badge tells us that players fold river when flush misses. When there's a flush draw on the flop and this player calls 2 times on the river, when flush misses, he folds. It's nice to know that. We have like here bad check fold. Really good badge to have too. This player is double barrel weak and give up on the river a lot. You see that he did that 2 out of 3 times. Okay, he opens 50%. I mean, it's usual range all aces, and he has probably king 9 off as his last offhand of kings. King 9, queen 9, and jack 9. I'm gonna fold when he double barrel here, because we can see his range of double barrel here. I see that he doesn't double barrel a lot, and his range is like 1 bluff and all equity hands, and 8 did connect really well with that, so I don't think we can call king 7 here. And we see that he is triple barreling a lot. That means that he has really strong double barrel range, and we can even make case for folding like top pair in this spot against him. Okay, we're gonna open here. I'm not gonna, usually this is pure 3-bet for me, but against this player is really tight, but when he limps, I'm gonna ISO him, and I'm gonna go 3x, just 3x. Jack 7 is open here. Also, we played last 2 days, so players maybe have some dynamics with us. This guy like overfolds a flop, and he has really strong range after he calls. So we can see here, for example, with what he's calling with. Okay, he's calling here like top. He doesn't have any floats except equity gut shots, and we can make him fold that. So we're gonna bet here. Like, I mean, this size is okay. He will also have weak aces here. So I think we have like pretty easy bet here. We can see here, for example, with what he's calling. I think it's also nice future to see. So we can see his strategy. For example, we can see, does he out of position floats? With what he's calling a turn, with what he's calling a river. We can see all that, and we click here, we see the sizes, and we see the hand. So I think it's really great to know that. I think we have like 4-bet here, really easy against him. small blind versus early position, it's 8%, so we're gonna, okay, we're gonna 4-bet here and get it in. And what I saw also, that he folded a lot. He 3-bets early or middle position and he folds to 4-bet a lot. His 5-bit range is really strong, ace king plus, so that means that he probably has some hands that he can call 4-bet with. So what comes to mind is probably gappers, and maybe even this is type of the player that will 3-bet with 6-7 or 7-8 suited and fold to 4-bet. It's also really good to have that knowledge, so we can go to the 4-bet pop-up and see with what he's calling 4-bets out of position. And I don't see any suited connectors. So when he calls a 4-bet, he will have tough time to defend on low boards. Okay, this is call. We can see here how much he check raises, and I'm interested to see that. Okay, we see here that he did check raise with towards flush draw and open-ender straight draw. So he will probably have some backdoor hands like 8-10 of spades or something like that. We have an easy call here. And also I want to see his range. He calls 18%. This is call range, and we connect that with 3-bet range, and that's 25% here. Okay. Okay, he have like 9x off 9x, king 9 and queen 9. And from what I saw here, he sees us as that we don't have a fold button, so I don't think that he will bluff this line. Also on the river he did just bet once, and he did check raise bet, and that was just with straight. I'm gonna fold here against him. I did play 2 days against him and I didn't see one bluff against me, and I called him, so I think it's okay to fold here, especially because his range, it seems, has like king 9, queen 9, jack 9 off. That's a lot of 9 combos, 9x combos that usually aren't in the range of the people who call against UTG, but this player has it. So, and I don't think that he will we'll come back at that hand, but I don't think he'll bet and bet pot on the river against me, from what I saw now. Okay, this is like a really big size on this type of the structure. We're gonna see he probably, I think this player folds a lot, especially on big sizes. So we see here that he falls like 75% versus the hero versus 70% plus 100%. So in this spot he like probably continues with queen x. He folds like pocket pairs 100% here. We're gonna see the step of the turn here. Okay, he steps turn 60%. I'm gonna call here. I think that we need to protect our range here, so I'm gonna call with this strong of the hand. So of course I'm gonna call the river here. That's it. We need to protect our range because in this spot we will like have probably check range, and he did have 7-10. Okay, that's like weird. From the stats it doesn't seem like that way, but okay. Okay, we can have like check, we can check here. We want to check some 10x. If we can see his like big blind versus button and cutoff. We can see his range here, 14%. Okay, I want to see also here his delay c-betting, bluffs and weak made hands, and he delay c-bets a lot. We can go here for another check or bet. I'm gonna bet here. I'm gonna bet here and see what will he do. Okay. he will have nines here, he will have jacks here. He has king 9 also. I'm gonna bet here once more. It's tricky because maybe he would check like king, and then when we check behind, it seems like we have a queen. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, that was what I was afraid of, because when we check the flop behind, we have a lot of queen x, and he acknowledged that by checking again here. But it's not like our range is just queen x in this spot, so I think that he probably needs to bet aces, and so especially because he has like so wide of the delay c-bet range, and he checks like the hand that is top of his check range. So I think that in his eyes, when we step the turn and bet the river, we rep queen x. But okay, I mean, I think he will have weaker hands. He will have like nines, tens, jacks. He will have king 9 for sure. He'll also have, in his distributing 14%, he probably has also king 8 suited. And just to see the structure again, I mean, it's close. He'll have also 7x in his range, so I mean, it's close. We could make argument that I was maybe better to check the turn again to protect a little bit of range. But okay, I mean, for me it's clearly the better play to bet the turn. We want to have some bluffs, and we want to bet something else except queen x, so we won't be so easy to bluff catch. But okay, I mean, we could maybe check the river, but I mean, this is okay. I want to see his check fold, I see here his check folding position is pretty low, so he'll probably have like he'll probably have ace x also in his range, and all queen x. I think we can overbet here. I mean, we have like all 10 jacks off, we have like king 10 off and stuff like that, and against this type of players who will have wide checking range, they will always call with queen x against normal size, so, and with weak aces, so I think it's better to have an overbet range. Okay, we're gonna open jack 9 here. Also, I would need to add the notes that he played this way. I mean, he played like I guess okay, but when we see that he has like delay c-betting crazy as bluff and check like that, we can immediately know that he when he delay c-bets, that he mostly has air. So in the future, and I hope we'll have opportunity to see that today, I think that this player delay c-bets like really air heavy, and I want to see that does he continue on river. I think that's also delay c-bet and continue on river. Yes, like he's betting the river 70%. So against that player, I think we want to, okay, I'm gonna fold here. We want to bluff catch them when he delay c-bets a lot and put pressure against him. I'll fold here. This is close. I mean, I probably want to call once. This guy looks like a fish to me. The only question, will he like bet pure air and bet the pot like this? I don't know. I don't know. I'm usually, I'm gonna fold. It's hard to play when it's clear that the guy's a fish, but we don't have any stats, and I know ace queen is like all of his like broadways, it's above them. So it comes to this: will he like bet king jack without anything on the turn? Will he shove like queen jack without anything, or backdoors? So I think it's pretty close. If I had some infos, it would be much easier, but we didn't have. So okay, this guy has a call range on the small blind, so we can like connect 13 plus 13, so he probably calls like 27%, even this is 26%. So he has like queen 7, king 7, jack 7 suited plus, and has like have like ace 10 off probably, and broadways. I don't think it's the way to play. It's so hard to get balanced, and in most structures you will be capped. Okay, we're gonna call here with ace 9. This is call. We don't have a stud, that's not good. I mean, probably he came now. I'm gonna bet 1/3 on the bottom board, and I'm gonna fold here. Okay, this is close. I would like to see his stats to know about his. I don't remember this player. I would like to know his stats to see his check call range. Do we need to does he like check calls here with over pairs with diamond? I don't know, or stuff like that. I think we need to bet here. I mean, we're beating some of the hands, but I don't think it's good. Okay, he has fours with the diamond. Okay. That's why I wanted to know how he plays. I didn't know that, but on the river I feel like we are weak, and I mean, we will have like protection bets with the diamonds, like 7/8, stuff like that. Even like I mean, I would probably continue with a lot of broadways, but we also have some of the value bets, like middle pairs that got the flush on the river. So, and I feel like I felt like we won't ever win on showdown, and there is no sense to increase the size or bet or stuff like that, because we basically, I wanted to wrap medium strength hand in that spot, and that's it. Okay, he did call the small blind here, and he didn't check raise. I'm gonna overbet here because we want to put his like range is so weak in this spot. He mostly has top pairs, so I'm gonna overbet here. We're gonna see how he reacts to overbets. He did fold the turn every time. Okay, that's good to know. And that's the problem against when you have a small blind calling range. It's so hard to play in many spots. I mean, you will be kept at so many boards. You won't have much of the strong hands, and you need to play out of position capped against a polarized range in most of the times if player have overbetting range. And polarized range, I think, crushes that like weak condensed range every time. So in his shoes, I think he needs to defend like most like medium strength and weak hands, or he won't be able to profitably play that style. There is no action on any tables right now. It's Sunday, and people play MTTs, but soon as any table open I will add it. Okay, this guy calls really a lot, so we're gonna c-bet a lot against that strategy. We have, I mean, really cool hand to do that. We see that he's folding 46%. I mean, it's okay. So we know that he won't have like won't float us like here with ace 2 with club, ace 4 of club, like stuff like that. He will only have equity, and it's easier to put him on the hand. Okay, this is cutoff. He opens 27%. That's okay. We're gonna check. We see that he likes to delay c-bet a lot. Okay, We're gonna check. He has probably, okay, we're gonna call with tens every time. We're gonna bet here 1/3. We're gonna check here. Like I said, against him, okay, I'm gonna bet like really big here. I'm gonna check here, and we have shove here. I can go for check raise here, and I want to make it really big. Okay, I will check here. Here we have like queen jack, we have like king queen, we have like a lot of hands, and when he checks the flop he probably has a6 a lot, so I'm gonna shove here, and he calls. That's good. This guy tribets us again. Big blind versus button. Big blind versus button. 14%. Okay, we don't see ace jack here, but he probably has 8 plus here. 8 plus. I didn't see suited connectors. I'll look again. Okay, big blind versus button. 14%. Okay, we see broadways and we don't see suited connectors. Okay, we're gonna call here. I'm gonna float here with ace jack, and we have a pretty cool hand here. I think he need to check a lot on the turn. We're gonna bet here, and we're gonna bet here. We're gonna bet half of the pot on the turn. I wanna know his check fold on the turn also. Okay, he doesn't fold a lot on the turn, so he will probably have like some 10x in his range, hands like 8, 9, hands like 6, 7, but we didn't see. I just remember that we didn't see that in his 3-bet range. We can't call now, but if he called like here, we have like a really cool badge here that shows us when he calls this spot he will fold river a lot. We can't do anything here, but if he called, I mean, I would bluff the river on hearts, on clubs, on like anything, like on 6x, on most of the hands. But when he ships, I mean, he probably has us beat, and that's it. We can't do anything. We're gonna tribute here, and we're gonna increase our sizing here. So I talk about the badge. This is the badge that tells us that he skipped turn c-bet and check call, then check fold the river. We have that for single raise pot and for 3-bet pots, and we see that he folds 67%. It's really a lot, and against this type of players, the best strategy is we're gonna 4-bet here. We're gonna 4-bet button versus cutoff. We can call, we can 4-bet. I'm gonna call here because last hand we lost last hand, and I don't want that it seems like we're now 4-betting because of that. Jack 9 is fold. Okay, I'm gonna call here, and we can have a lead range here also. I'm gonna check here. I'm gonna 3-bet here. Okay, we're gonna fold now. I think that we would have like a good bluff opportunity if he check behind, but okay. I didn't want to 4-bet, but he's 3-betting over 10%, so I think that Queen Jack is also a good call. We can't do anything here except calling. I mean, we can shove also. But I know this player, this is good player, so okay, I'm gonna 3-bet here a little bigger. This is close, but I think that we have much more Queen X than he. We can call here. Pretty gross turn. Okay, we're gonna bet here 1/3. Okay, and we're gonna bet here 60%, just to see how he reacts in this type of boards. I'm gonna fold here. We can't do anything with nines. We're gonna bet here. We're gonna see his float range. We are double barreling here for sure. Okay, he doesn't fold a lot. On the turn he doesn't fold, so I think if flush misses we need to shove here. Okay. This guy check raise and we don't have anything about him. Okay, we're gonna bet here strong. We can call here. I mean, and this guy looks like a fish also. I'm not sure here. I mean, he reps 2 deuces, 4s. I don't think that he calls really that. He has like 4-10 suited. I mean, we have to call here. I don't think we can fold over pair in this spot. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. It's gonna be gross if he shoves the river here. It's gonna be really gross. And we see low aggression. And we see low aggression factor here. And he folds SIB at 69% and it was a multi-way pot. Really close. I hate folding. I mean, to a regular player I would never fold something like that. But this like seems like a passive, like real passive player. I'm gonna fold here. And this is the worst possible way to play the hand. Call twice and fold river on the river that didn't change anything. I mean, it's really close, but I just see that he's so, when player has these stats, I just don't see that that players will that this type of players will do like something like that. I mean, like check raise when he folds 69% and go crazy, bet here. Okay, I saw that this player folds 46%. I don't think he has much of the 4x except ace 4 off is the only off 4 that he has. Okay, I'm gonna bet here normal size, but I feel like he has like 10x here with something. I'm gonna bet normal size here. We have like ace jack, ace queen with ace, and I'm gonna bet here like he had. If we the problem here, why I wanted to rep here ace-x. I didn't want to rep here straight because I know that he has a lot of pair plus draw hands. So if we like shove here, he would have like a pretty easy way to convince himself that he's good here. We would be polarized on straights in his mind, and it would be like he would think that he has really good blockers to call. That's the reason I wanted to rep here ace-x. I wanted to rep ace of hearts or queen of hearts or ace jack of hearts or something like that, but it didn't go successfully. Okay, we saw that this player check raises us on the turn, and I think from yesterday that he check raises turn a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna bet the normal size with this hand also again. He'll have many broadways with gut shots, that's good. And I would bet normal size on the river to give him opportunity to turn something into bluff, and I think that he's capable of doing so. Okay, we're gonna call here, and I don't know why don't we have like HUD on this player. And I'm gonna try braid dunes. Okay, braid dunes, we're gonna find, and this is it. Okay, now it'll be easier to play because I like couple of hands with him I didn't know what to do because I didn't have stats. Now it'll be easier. Okay, we're gonna bet here like this. Okay, I'm gonna fold here, fold everything here. Okay, maybe we'll today play even heads up, so it will be interesting. We have heads up HUD in the offer, so we made and it's a part, I mean, of every package that is made especially for heads up games, and it has heads up pop-ups next to it, so it's really cool. This guy Tribet's really he's, I mean, on the tighter range, so I'm gonna fold Queen 9, Jack 6 against he raised against us 38%, he folds 3-bet a lot. I'm gonna fold here, Jack 6, I would defend Jack 7 against him. Jack 6 is, I mean, it just isn't good enough. We want to defend against him maybe 65% of the hands. We don't need to go. Okay, I see now that he also has a call range and small blind, but doesn't, it's really a small one. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. When we can see here he steps 6% and he did step with strong hands. So when reg when somebody who looks like a reg steps on a board that he shouldn't ever step, I don't think that he's bluffing. That's my thinking in this spot. Okay, I see that he doesn't defend a lot with calling. For example, he has like 43%. Okay, he has off face, he has even king 8. So it's not, these stats are not accurate. He has king 8, he has even, if he has king 8 off, it's like 55% of the hand. Okay, on this, in these positions on Queen X, we shouldn't have a high range of c-bet, like approximately 40%. We can c-bet to 2x, I think. Okay, we're gonna check again here. Check again here also. I'm gonna bet normal size here. I think that ace on the turn is pretty neutral, because he, from what we saw, that he has all aces, and I think that we bet ace king here and ace jack probably some of the time, so I think it's pretty neutral, so that's the reason I didn't bet. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. I think we need to bet here. I'm gonna use this size, ace 5. Again, we have like call range in the small blind. Okay, we're gonna bet here. And I don't see a lot of hands. I don't see even how he can have a 9 here. I think, I don't know with what he could call in this spot. Only hands that I don't know how what he calls and folds now. Okay, we're gonna bet here. This is like some kind of 3-bet, I see. I mean, it's obvious that this player is, and this player just checked on the river to pair. This is like unbelievable. I'm gonna fold here. It seems like this player is a fish. I mean, and we're gonna see what type of fish he is. Is he a fish that? No, I'm just now regretting to folding that kings. You can always find like excuse when you call a fish all in with overpair. You like the fold chain? I agree with you. Everything you said, I think we need to call on blank rivers. I mean, I would call like most of the players. I mean, every regular player I would call, but I mean this player, I from stats what I saw, I just thought that maybe we should fold the turn in my head, and when I didn't fold the turn, it was like not such a good spot. I don't know. I think we should call. I think I made a mistake, and I should call, especially when the river didn't change anything. It's so expensive to call the turn and fold the river, so I don't like that play, and I'm not happy what I did. Okay, I'm gonna check here. We 3-bet 3-4 suited. This player is really tight, so, and he opens like 20% on cutoff, so it's okay. And I think we should bet here. Even I see, okay. I think we should bet here. I don't think that we can call. The play should be the play should be the bet on the turn. But I was thinking about that KK hand, and I'm not happy that I folded. And we are facing call 4-bet against really tight player, and we can fold here. But okay, I'm gonna let that hand go and think about what will bring the future. There is no action, no other tables running, so we are stuck here. And the chain, I also thought about that. I mean, I don't think we could ever, like, if we think about the game, that we can never fold KK, except if we know exactly how player plays. So I think we don't know anything about him. He seemed like tight player to me, and if I decided to call the turn, I just can't fold river there. I mean, it's play is simple. It didn't get bluff range there. I just can't fold. I'm gonna delay c-bet here. He folds a lot on delay c-bet, so I'm gonna delay it. It's a mistake. I should call. If I call the turn, I need to call the river, and it's the end of the story. Okay, we see that this player is tight, bet versus miss c-bet, but he steps middle pairs, bottom pairs. Okay, so he probably has okay check range. He has okay check range, but he has he steps bottom pairs and stuff like that. We're gonna bet here. And what I want to see is how much he folds on the river. So step flop, check check fold. So he usually will call some of the bottom pairs, middle pairs that he step against this section. So I mean, it's also pretty cool pop-up. For example, you can see his stats here, and you can see definitions here. So if we had hands on him, we could see what he step and bet the turn, what he step flop, bet turn and bet river, what he step flop, check check, and then call the river. We see here that he did call that he step flop, check check, and call one of the third. So it would probably, like, when I saw that he's like stabbing middle pairs and bottom pairs, he probably doesn't fold them on river all the time. So I think that's the reason why he called, because he has like these weak hands and he doesn't fold them every time. And against that type of players, we want to have an overbet range also in this spot when is delay c-bet in question, because usually that type of players just won't fold against small sizes. and the range is weak. So if the range is weak, we need to put the pressure with higher state, with bigger size. Okay, I see his check folding 66%, and we have a fish here. I'm gonna bet here. This player would bet, like, I think every time with ace against the fish. Okay. We're gonna fold. Here we have sevens. We're gonna 3-bet those. I see that this player folds to 3-bet in position 67%. He has like really strong range. Okay, but he has even he has like, I don't know, go to 20. We are I mean, little deeper. It's not important, it's not super important, but I see that he called even ace 10, so ace jack. So again, stats doesn't apply here, because we have like a range, and we see that this player, I mean, it starts showing he's calling 3-bet 5%, and he calls ace 10 off, which is like 19% hands of calling a 3-bet. So stats are not correct here. He would call like even king jack, so we can go higher we can go bigger with sizes. Queen 2 is a fold, ace queen also is open, queen 8 open. We're gonna collect the hands, so it will be fun to see us playing in 4 or 5 days. We're gonna know much more about opponents than now. Okay, again we see that he probably has like 30% here. This is king 4 suited plus queen 6 suited plus jack 6 suited, all suited connectors and gappers. So against so wide range, we're gonna see bet a lot. Okay, we're gonna open multi-way pop-up just to see how much he folds here. In position he folds 60%. It's a lot, so we're gonna bet here. He has king 4 suited, that's it. And when he calls, okay, he will call with pocket pairs below 5, 6, 7s, 8s if he doesn't 3-bet them. He will call with ace 2, ace 5, for sure suited. He has king x, 4, 5 suited, and that's it. So I don't think he's floating like jack x here or something like that. So we have double barrel standard here, double barrel, and we can then figure out what he's calling with on the turn. So when we bet here, we'll probably see what he's calling. Does he call here like ace? We see that he's folding only 30%. So I would say that he would like probably call ace 2 or ace 5. Maybe he folded like 4x here or pocket pair, but he would never fold. I mean, he would never fold like king x, and I don't think that gutshot to a nuts in this spot is a fold against this type of player that will fold in that spot. Okay, I think he can have like, I don't think he has 7-9 off. That's good. Ace 8, 10 off is certainly in his range, and I don't think we can overbet here. We should go here for a normal size, because we don't have 8, 10 off, and he has 8, 10 off. So we must admit in this situation, and we should. I'm gonna try to bet check bet here, okay, and I'm gonna overbet here. Yes, I'm gonna overbet like this. Okay, and I'm gonna raise here. Okay, ace jack versus ace jack, and I'm gonna raise here. Okay, I think that he doesn't even have like 4x in his range, this player. Only 4x I think is ace-4 suited. And I don't think even, okay, he's calling king-4 suited. Okay, we're gonna bet here. He falls 39%, so he'll probably have floats here, like ace highs. Okay, he has ace jack also, it's okay. He called the overbet here with, I mean, even now this guy seems tight, but I'm still on the verge that we should call. Maybe just like, maybe he is like a passive player, really passive player. We're gonna see bet here. Queen 3 is fold. Okay, fold here. Okay. And also for this player, I know this player, this is my friend, and I know that these stats are not correct for him. He doesn't play this way, so when we see like fold on 62%, we need to continue with every hand. But I think it's because it's the sample in question here. I'm gonna call queen 9. This guy opened 18%. It's ace jack off, queen off, and king. He has king jack also here, and he has only king 9 suited. He doesn't have king 8 suited and stuff like that. So he has queen jack here off, and we're gonna see multi-way his. This is really cool pop-up, so we can see his how he plays as a PFR. So he has like really small c-bet range, multi-way, and we see that's only really good hands. When he checks, I think we can bet here, and we see that he check folds a lot, and I think that he in multi-way pot would, if he calls here, I just don't see him calling really much here, and we have like bluff opportunity. I didn't see, I thought that we had queen 8. Okay, then we bet for value and protection, it's okay. We're gonna three bet here. I thought we had gut shot, I didn't see a hand good enough. Okay. I mean, I'm biased by this question, NoteCaddy. I mean, I feel like this is the best program I ever used. I feel like it really moved my game up, because we made like we made custom stats before like 8 months, and that's the time I started crushing the game. So maybe I'm a little biased by that, but I really feel like we have everything to know his strategy of certain player. So I don't know, if it feels like it's so good. You have like you can find in any spot how player plays, like multi-way pop-up, like deep pop-up. It's really powerful stuff, and I really like it. So I don't know, I mean, it's like I've been like making so much, my win rate's much higher than it was ever before. Okay, we're gonna call here. I'm thinking of calling here on the river with this hand. Okay, because he just usually reps ace queen. Okay, and we're gonna see here like 44. Okay, I mean, it's so much better to play with HUD for me. I play much better with HUD. I can play like maybe two, 3 tables max without HUD, and I can be concentrated and everything, but you can't know everything about the players. But when you have an information, when the programs show you range, when programs show you information, you really need to figure out the strategy of the players. I think it's so much better. I'm gonna bluff here. Okay. Without the HUD, you are like always in some kind of no man land. You don't ever know something for sure. You are always guessing. But when you have like information in I don't think that we can fold here ever. Okay, I don't think we can fold this bet check bet line with top pair. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. And what I was trying to say, that my win rate like skyrocket when we made custom stats. That was like a beta version of this program, and we didn't even have everything there. So now when we completed the program, okay, I'm gonna bet check bet here, and I'm gonna rep like a6. Okay, I'm gonna check here, and he checks like a6 here. So sick. What was I trying to say? I think that my previous HUDs were also, I had good HUDs, but there weren't like, there was sometimes complicated, like latest version of NoteCaddy is somehow complicated. You have a lot of colors, and HUD is little complicated also, and I wanted to have program that is really simple, and that you can find everything you want really quick, and that is logical. And I think that you made a good job to making this program that way. Okay, I'm gonna fold here. We can also overbet here with this hand. We can bet normal side. I'm gonna bet normal side. And I think that also we have some pop-ups that weren't before here. So for example, we have now like multi-way pop-up that's, today nobody knows how to play multi-way, to be sure. Like some bots that are crashing the game, like c-bet in multi-way 70%. So people fold like 60% plus in multi-way pots. So to have like, okay, I don't think against this player who folds 0 on the river we can fold here ever. And what is I trying to say? I mean that having multi-way pop-up, 4-bet pop-up, or bet pop-up, it's so strong that you can find out exactly how people play, that you can know exactly with what he's calling 4-bets, with what he's like calling over bets, how much he folds when he calls over bets. I think that's like information that we didn't have. I didn't by myself have before we made custom stats. So so I don't want to say like this is the best program ever, all people buy this program, we'll be best player in the world by doing that. No, I just want to tell you that I think that this program is like so intuitive, it's so easy to use, and it has like really many features that are that weren't before here. That's what I would like to say. I mean, okay, now he's trying to, okay, we're gonna call. And also I would like to say that there is also really good badges system that are connected with the HUD, and you can like know some of the hotspots where you can like change your strategy, not basically on GTO. You just see the exploit and you do it. I think that's also okay. Okay, we're gonna bet here. I don't like this play. I don't like this play a lot, to be sure. So just to see his 4-betting range. I mean, he's giving us the odds to call. I'm gonna call here. Even I think he have a good hand here, this guy is calling the 3-bets like with pocket pairs and stuff like that, so we have like some, I think we need to give like, okay, and he folded. Okay, okay, I'm gonna bet here. Okay, I'll call here, and let's see the quickly for the pop-up. Okay, we can see that he didn't. Okay, flop c-bet, turn c-bet. Okay, I think that he's betting a6 here, and I did think he has nines here. I'm gonna bet small here. Okay, I'm gonna check here. I think that he has, did he have here like queens or kings? Let me see what this guy had. Okay, and he didn't bluff 5-6. Okay. I'm gonna overbet here. Okay, and I'm gonna 3-bet here. Okay, we're gonna bet here, and you see what did this guy did? He didn't bluff with the worst possible hand. I mean, we can have like some give ups here. I mean, and we can see that he's like not bluffing a lot. Okay, I'm gonna rep Jack X here. And this guy called 4-bets. Okay, we see that he had ace queen. He had queen, king queen. We're gonna call here, and we are not going anywhere on this board. If he has like broadways here that he's gonna bet, we're gonna shove here. Okay, and this is probably this is spot where he need to bet, I mean, all his range. I'm gonna bet 1/4 here. Okay, I'm gonna small here. Okay, I'm gonna call with nines here. Okay, we got it there. What I think about sides that are banning the HUD? I think it's terrible, a terrible thing to do. I mean, poker is a game of skill, I think, and poker is a game of skill, and by banning HUD you are banning skill, and I just don't like it. I don't understand why. I mean, fish is the same. If he don't want to learn how to play, he won't learn. Why do you ban people who work on their game, who are learning the game, who are working their ass off? Why do you do that? I just don't understand that. Okay, we're gonna call here. Again, we don't have anything, any HUD stats. I mean, okay. And like here, I don't believe that with overpair he would bet this size. I'm gonna call here. And I was thinking about bluffing the club reverse. And this is so sick. I'm gonna make a call here. Okay, I just didn't believe in his shove. Bet the turn, have the pot with overpair, and then like on the river. I just didn't buy it. I mean, it's a problem I don't have hands here, but I just didn't believe here. Generally, it seems like bet, have the pot on the turn and then shove on the river. Okay, I'm gonna check here. Okay, we're gonna delay c-bet here. Maybe we could fold the river, but I just had the instinct that it didn't had sense in my head. Okay, I'm gonna check here. Small blind versus early position. I'm interested here. 7% fold to 4-bet. Okay, we're gonna 4-bet here and get it in. I'm gonna get it in here. Okay, we are against kings, and I'm gonna call here. I don't know what he's repping here. I think his reps a flush here. I'm gonna call here. Okay, and with the flush, I think he would go with the bigger size. Okay, here he had kings on our ace king, but we lost a hand before, and when he 3-bets and we 4-bets, I mean, that kind of dynamics, I would never fold ace king in that spot, so I don't know. I see like 7% 3-bet. I see like ace 10 off in that range, king queen off, ace queen off. I think that he would like shove ace queen also when this situation happened, like we lost a pot where we made maybe not so good of the call, but I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't fold it. If I 4-bet ace king, I'm not folding it. And I don't know, Chain, about converters, if they ban hand history, still is there a possibility they can make converters in that spot? I'm not sure. I know that now that I heard that people were using a lot of converters on party poker when there was like hard not allowed, but people use it. Okay, I heard about that, and I know for sure that some regs did use it, and now party poker did erase the hand history for good. There is no more hand history, so I don't know, is there a possibility to make some type of converter that can work in that spot? I'm not sure, so I don't know. But I think the best thing would be to just allow hard, and that's it. Okay, we're gonna 4-bet here. We're gonna shove here. We're gonna shove here. I think it's ace king with this size. Ace queen. Okay. Okay, people see us like we are pretty light in every spot. I'm gonna make isolation here. Just let me see if there's any more tables. No, there is no tables, no NL40 tables, no anything, so we are stuck here. Okay. I think I wanted to say that for me the best thing would be like like give the players chance to play. So you have had, I have had, you have had. I mean, nobody has some advantage. We are all in the same spot. But by banning HUD, I don't know. You're just I don't know. You just don't reward people who work and who want to get good in the game. Okay, so we're gonna see that he just bluffed one time. One time. I mean, he has like bluff range in this spot. I mean, I'm gonna fold because I didn't catch him in one bluff. Like, he checked behind all good hands, all good bluffs. I saw yesterday and day before and today like that he's like not bluffing with the worst possible hand that he can have with bottom of the range, and he's not bluffing it. So I think we're gonna need to start fold against him. Okay, we're gonna fold here. 6s are I'm gonna fold here. 6s. His range button versus button, big blind versus button, is a little bit narrower. Okay, and we can see here how he played deeps even. Okay, deep 4-bet please. Okay, deep pop-up please. Okay, so we see, for example, his 3-betting range deeps 175 big blinds plus. In position he's lighter, but out of position he's not so light. Okay, we're gonna bet here like this. I see that this player folds river a lot. This is the river we can bet. I think that he will have a lot of jack x in calling range. I mean, he will have also flush draws with ace x, but generally jack x is really good for him, so I'm on bluff here. And he will call like with king 10. Okay, we would get with almost any other river. I mean, I would bet like almost any other river if wasn't the flush. If flush didn't hit, I would bluff here. I see that he folds like 75%, but the jack is so, I think, so strong for him, for his range, and that he will have a lot of okay, we're gonna 3-bet here. We can go either way here with 3-bet, or I'm gonna call this time. Okay, and this is the bet. I think here, I think we can go for check call here. I think that we have a lot of 10x playing this way. When we are so much deep, I think it's okay to bet, it's okay to check call. I mean, now we even block really good at 10x, but I'm gonna fold here against him. Okay, I think we will have one NL 400 table here. Okay, we're gonna start the NL 400 table here. Okay, so we are just on night poker now. Okay, we're gonna have a game here. Okay, I know here like 3 players are good, really good. I know them really good, so that's good for us. We can fold here, fold here. If there will be an action of Super Sport, I will go there and we will throw out one of the NO200 tables. Okay, I will try to concentrate and to demonstrate more pop-up situation if there will be any situation like 3-bet pop-up a little bit better, because we have like board textures, we have like sizings, and we have a really cool here. So for example, you can see with what he's calling with in 3-bet pot, for example in position, we see with what he's calling here, we can see against what size did he call. So he floated ace jack here in position 9s, he called the pot with top pair. Then we can see on the turn with what he's calling with. I mean, it's also great features. For example, we see here that he's calling with 9s, and on the river he's calling with 9s, he doesn't fold it. So I really like those graphs, because those graphs show you what type of hand, what did happen on every straight. So it's really cool to have. We're gonna bet 1/3 here. I don't know the strategy of limping and calling, and I don't like it, so I won't look at the hard bits, because this strategy is not like it's not like used in many situations. I don't know many players that use it. It seems like he started to use it. Okay, he had queen 10 with 10 of diamond. Okay, and I want to tell you, so for the next 2 weeks we'll make streams every day. I'm gonna present the program and stuff like that, but after 2 weeks we're gonna make challenges every month. Every month all people can vote, and what people vote, I will play that scenario that people vote. So 1 month I will play a challenge where people decide for me to play, and I will also stream it probably every day. And after the month is over, we will make like we will close the challenge. We will give results, graphs, and stuff like that, so people could see like many sites, how I play on many sites on many different limits. I also have idea about playing Zoom challenges if people wants me to see, because I never played Zoom, so I can start like playing Zoom, I don't know, Zoom 100, but then Zoom 200 and finish with Zoom 500. I think that would be really cool to see. Okay, with this size we are calling, and look at this river. I just don't have any idea what kind of hand can we beat now. So I think it's really cool idea. So because we are gonna, many people can see what limits, what is difference between the limits and stuff like that. I'm gonna trip it here. 9, I mean like 40 is okay. Somebody has come to Super Sport, but only one, and he's a fish, so maybe other players come, and we're gonna add Super Sport. Okay, we are faced with the 4-bet. We're gonna call here. We're gonna see what kind of hands he 4-bets. Okay, pretty light. Okay, we're gonna call here. I see that he's 4-betting like really light for value, maybe 8, 9s plus. I think we are gonna call. We're gonna call here. I'm gonna fold here. We're gonna see the 4-bet pop-up also. Okay, 4-bet in position. Okay, I don't think that he has like ace queen a lot in this spot. It's cut off, and I don't think he's 4-bet bluffing with ace queen. We're gonna shove here. I don't think there's anything to say about this hand. Okay, he had aces. We can call here or we can raise here. I'm gonna decide to call. We can raise here. I think this player doesn't open enough and he double barrels a lot, so we're gonna check raise here to this size. So we're basically wrapping 6-6 in this spot. And there's action in Super Sport. Okay. I mean, this is like really good river for a bluff range. So I'm gonna bet here. But I'm gonna bet like we are betting 6x here. Okay, he had a straight. It's okay. I would like to play heads up with him and show you the heads up HUD, but I got action on Super Sport. There is 5 players there. I would really like to play him. I know him. He's like a passive player. It would be interesting. But okay. I mean, I have pretty cool hand on I mean, on the turn I had pretty cool hand to bluff with, and when the 7 hits, I mean, I mean all my bluffs got there. So I mean, he called now with straight, but he will have like overpairs and stuff like that. So I think we wrapped okay. And also when the flush hits, he can have backdoor flushes, so I wouldn't go like all in with straight. So that's okay. I'm gonna bet here big. This is a fold. Okay. Just to show you the heads up HUD. Okay. Okay, this is heads up HUD. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna shove here. I'm gonna open here. It's pretty simple and all pop-ups are connected, so it's really good. This is for small blind, this is for big blind. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You can see from this what stuff means. I played I played on iPoker a lot, and on iPoker there is like, even on NL400 everybody have scripts. I don't have a script, and everybody has like scripts, and it's so hard even to when fish comes, it's so hard to come to play. So I played like NL600 and that's it. I didn't play, I mean, just to see his bet check bet line here. I'm gonna make a call here. I mean, we must defend here. We have like ace x, okay, and we're gonna bet probably on the river. I mean, we must defend king x here, especially this type of king x, so it's easy call. I wanted to say that on iPoker it's really hard even to get the action. People like tables are crashing, and I mean on NL200 it's okay. On NL400 it's really hard to sometimes to get the action. Tables like are lasting 3 minutes, then there is no tables, and after 5 minutes there is 5 tables, and everybody have scripts. And I didn't play higher stakes, so I don't know. I didn't play on other sites higher. I played 2-5 on Party Poker, and that's it. I didn't play, and on Poker Stars I just started to play. I try our program in Stars to see how it is on Stars, how he's working on Stars and stuff like that. I have a couple of friends from Croatia that are playing 5-10 on Stars. I don't know. We'll see how this challenge goes. I mean, I'll try to slowly. I mean, this will probably last like many challenges. That's our plan, to show our program and stuff like that. So I'm gonna call here with king x. Okay. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I would love to play Zoom 500 because many good players are there, and that's like my wish. I would like that I go to challenges from Zoom 100 to 500 Zoom. Like that is something I would like, but like I said, people will see what they want to see. So okay, here I mean he shouldn't donk. We have much more aces than he has. I'm not betting ace king, ace queen here very often, so heads up. And you ask about the pool. I mean, from what I saw on iPoker, people play from NL200 to NL600 and even some of NL1K. It's all same players, so okay. We don't know anything here, but we're gonna bet here. Okay, this is call here. Okay, we'll see his 3-betting range is 31%. It's a lot. We're gonna see what kind of range he uses. Okay, we just see that he bets the turn a lot. Now he checked. Okay, we're gonna bet the turn here. Okay, and that's it. We have like action on Super Sport, so I will go to Super Sport. Also, I was thinking about heads up challenge. It's also okay with me. If people want to see heads up challenge, I'm for it. Okay, small blind versus cutoff. Okay, I'm gonna call here with queen 9, and I think we can just call here. Okay, I'm gonna call here just to see his squeeze range. I think it's important. I'm gonna call for 5 big here. Okay, I'm gonna check here. Just let me see his squeeze. Okay, he squeezes a lot, really a lot. Okay, we can call here, and we got full table on Super Sport. I mean, he has like really wide range here. I'm not prepared to fold. Okay, and I'm gonna shove here. Okay, we're gonna bring back the Super Sport here. This is interesting now. I mean, he for second has ace queen in his range. It's close. I mean, I know this guy that he usually doesn't play with full buy-in, so I'm gonna give him credit here, because he usually don't play with full buy-in, and I don't know that like he squeezed 5x. So I'm gonna give him credit this time. I mean, it's a close. I mean, he probably has like even ace 2, ace 5 suited. He can double barrel that. I don't know if he I didn't play him that I can say that he's like double barreling without equity. If it's with equity, okay, we can see that he has like ace queen, of course, ace 10 probably suited. He can have like queen 10. That's like equity 8-9 suited. We are blocking 10-9 suited, but you see that even in position, I think he can call that hands. So for now, I don't know how much what he is like double barreling. I didn't play him a lot. I just know that he didn't play full when we played. He was a short staker, so that's the reason here why I folded. I don't think that short stakers like, and I hate this spot. I'm gonna shove here, but I don't like it. But I just don't see myself calling here, so and just to see what he had. Okay, he had queens and he didn't. Okay. It was shove on the turn. Okay, queens are really good call. And also I wanted to say, if people want to see a heads up challenge, I would love to do that. I like to play heads up a lot. Okay, so we see that he probably has like 25% of hands. He probably has ace 10 off. Probably has like queen 10 and king 10 off also in his range. And I think that he's like king 7 plus, king 7 suited plus. Okay, we can't do nothing here. We can just fold here. Ace king against eights. Can ace king get it? No. Okay. And also I think I didn't say, it's really cool to see, for example, you have big blind here, so you have like when in every spot, if big blind calls small blind, you always can from HUD know his range. For example, you see he's calling for 53, 3-betting 5, you just check the range and you like know that he's probably has like 60%, and 60% is like all suited hands. You can like know a range. You first exclude what he's 3-betting it with, and you just think of range. If it's 50% of hands, you exclude like 12% if he's 3-betting 12% from that range, and immediately when he call, you know his range, what his range looks like. And then when you go to board structures, you can see, does he have like 2 pairs plus in his range, does he has sets, you can see what type of floats he can have, like is he floating with backdoors, with anything that. And of course it's much easier when you have like this, it's much easier to know his range. And it's also pretty cool because you can see like versus the hero calling range and normal calling range. And it's like, I mean, it's so important to know what he can have in any situation, in some of the situation. And when you click, you can just put the range in your head. And it's so easy because it's like, that's most important for big blind. And it's so easy because you have against all positions. So against all positions you can see the range you wanted to see. Okay, so for example, we see here that he's calling early middle position 24%. That's a lot, but we just see here 7s and aces. Okay, so we don't know how he wide calls, or because we only have like 600 hands. But like if we had like more hands, we can like know what he's like calling in position, what he's 3-betting with. And it's then much easier to play against somebody when you say, okay, he called, I know his range with what he's calling with. So that's the reason I put it in the HUD calling ranges, not in general, but with against every position. And the multi-way we won't like do anything here. Magic orange, it will be possible tomorrow. Tomorrow we will add Skrill and net teller options. So for now it's not possible, but tomorrow it will be possible. Okay, we open ace 5. Just to go here to watch his 11% and 7s are here in his range. Okay. This guy has only 40% c-bet, so he has probably good check range. But now I see that he's folding 64%. I mean, in this spot we need to bet here, and I'm gonna bet here like this size, and I'm gonna bet the river, because I mean when you see like stuff like this that he folds 64%, you know, like you can always bet like 3/4 of the pot. 3/4 of the pot needs to work in 42%. So if you see like that somebody folds more like than 50%, you can always bet with anything 3/4. And then especially if you see like that he's calling, like he's check, call the turn and folding 80% on the river. And you can see here with what he's calling the turn. So he's calling the turn with ace highs, with gut shots, with weak hands, and then he folds them a lot on river. So against this type of player, like, it's no brainer to just go without equity and bet. Okay, he's 3-betting big blind versus button. We're gonna call, of course, just to see his range. 14%. Okay, we're gonna call here. Ace-10 is float. Big blind versus button and cutoff. He's not double barreling. Oh, he check folds 78%, and he's double barreling. So he's double barreling all his strong hands. And against this player, when he checks, we would attack his range because he's folding on the river. That's the reason why also. I mean, this is the standard float. It's not a problem. But even so, what goes for us is that he's like double barreling all his strong hands, and he has weak checking range. And against this type of player, like, it's so easy to play because we're gonna float him. When he check the turn, we're gonna attack, and every time he calls, we're gonna bluff the river. Okay. I'm gonna bet bigger size. I think this guy's a fish. He calls like 33%, so I'm gonna bet like this board that hits him never. We see that he folds is 50%, so we're gonna see what he's calling with. Top pair flush draws. Okay, I'm gonna overbet here. We're gonna attack his range. I mean, I think he has like weak range here. We're gonna see he's like a little bigger 3-bet, and I see that he doesn't fold a lot, so I will probably continue on river. Okay, we're gonna see how he played deep, how much he folds to 3-bet. Sorry. Okay, we don't have information here. Okay, this is the spot we're gonna bet half of the pot. Usually this type of board that is connected, I'm gonna bet 1/3 of the pot, and this is not the greatest turn. Okay, I'm gonna check here. I would like to see, does he have floats here? He's calling 40%. Let me see what. Yes, he has a float. He's floating ace highs here. Okay. The question now is, does he bluff with ace highs? And queen is not good. Queen is not good. Really not good here. Because if he has like ace queen, he did get there. My intention was bet on the river like half of the pot to rep like 9s, 10s, jacks. Now that queen is here, when we bet the river, we rep that queen, or we rep kings and aces, and queen will never fold, and we rep just like kings and aces here. And I think that he has all ace queens, and he probably don't bluff with those. But okay, my plan was to bet the river here, but I mean, he'll ask himself on this queen what he's betting now. If I bet half of the pot, he will ask him, okay, he's repping like kings and aces and like queen, and he has some queens of his range. I mean, king queen, if he floated the flop, he would like probably he would probably like bet the turn with it, but I think ace queen is too strong to bluff there, so that's the reason why I didn't bet the river, because I think that he would bluff catch us. Okay, this guy squeezes again, and he's squeezing a lot. Big blind versus cutoff. Okay, we're gonna call here, force. I thought that we show like I'm gonna fall here. This is perfect. I think we're gonna show like at the end of the challenge how we went. I don't think it's important to show the graph after every session, but if people want, I can show. I mean, it's not a problem. But I thought after 2 weeks is over, we can show like how we went these 2 weeks that we played. I mean, also I wanted to tell, I mean, fours are really easy call, squeeze. This guy squeezes a lot, but on this board I would fold even fours with spade in it. Okay, we're 10 minutes till the end. And also I wanted to say, before we start, tomorrow or every other day, you can write your like questions or like your like questions or suggestions or stuff like that, and after the end of the stream I can tell you what I think about that. So that would be cool, like after the stream is after the playing is over, we can like together go like again. I mean, if you have some questions, I can answer the questions, or you can say something like critics, or you can say some suggestions, and then we can talk about that. So I think it's cool if you want to do that. So at the beginning, okay, we're gonna bet here, and we have like, he can have anything, so we're gonna bet here with strong. Here he can have flush draws, he can have 4x. We don't this is the problem, so we don't know anything, but we are beating flush draws. I don't know, I mean, we can try to get him out of the 4x. He can probably have some like king x. I don't think he's folding that, so okay. I think it's important if we can like, it will be much easier that I have stats to see like does he call like 4x, because on the river we can like probably just fold 4x, pocket 3s, pocket 6 hand like that, so nothing else. I mean, king is, I mean, never folding probably, so I think we can't do anything here. This guy opens 42%, really tight, and against us 40. Okay, this is fold here. Okay, we're gonna show the graph after the session. We're gonna show the Super Sports graph, and we're gonna show this graph, no problem. You just give ideas and I will execute them. I think we should, I mean, I think he has like, okay, check range, check call fold. I think here that we can like, when he checked 3 times, he falls 67%, so I'm gonna bet like 11. Okay, we can bet here 5x and 7x, so it's okay. He folds 67% when it's triple checked, and we only need to work it like 33%, so it's like always go for it. This guy is like pretty tight, I see, and he doesn't fold on 3-bet because he has like stronger range than usual. Let me see what he called 3-bet. We don't have that info, but I would say like my approximation is like probably calling 3-bets like 14%. This type of player, like king 9 suited plus suited connectors, and probably doesn't have like gappers. We don't have backdoors, we don't have anything. I won't bet here with ace king, and I'm gonna fold if he steps. Okay. Okay, if he folded the flop one of the one he didn't step the flop, I'm gonna fold ace king here. Okay, I'm gonna 4-bet here. It's so small 3-bet, so I'm gonna 4-bet. I think we are in front, and this is like greatest board. Everything about challenge will be at the NoteCaddy site, so it will be graph results, explanations, voting for voting system and everything. It will be on. I will go higher so we can shove the turn here against this type of player, because I think that he will float here, and like we get the greatest. I'm gonna bet like 1/3 again. So everything will be on a NoteCaddy site. Every challenge, voting, everything will be there. So you will have opportunity to see everything. Okay. We are just playing last orbit, and that's it for today. We're gonna show the graph, and we're gonna show the graph. Then every time after this session, we're gonna show the graph. And if people want, we can just go through the hands. What hand was interesting? What did I misplay? I mean, today I think I made a few mistakes. Maybe I fold somewhere where I shouldn't fold and call somewhere where I shouldn't call. But I mean, it's okay. I'm not used to streaming. This is my 3rd time in my life that I'm streaming, so maybe it's even that in question, because it's not easy to talk, and I have like million things to say, and then I can't remember how to say it in English. It's okay. And no problem, you can criticize me, you can do whatever you like. So okay, in this spot we want to have c-bet range, we don't want to check raise this hand, and even on these structures we don't even want to have like a big of the check raise range. We want to bet a lot in this spot, so we're gonna bet here. Yes, I know Chain very well. I know him from when I started to play poker. We played together NL10. If you remember Chain, we played together, and it was interesting. And then you started to play MTTs, I think. And Chain has really good results in MTTs. I know that he had a blog on Croatian and Balkan forum, so just give suggestions, Chain, and I know you're a smart guy. So okay, let's see what will jacks bring, and that's it. We're gonna show the graph, we're gonna finish the session. One call at least. 34% of the hands. Ace-8 off plus. Nothing. Okay guys, that's it. We're gonna see how we went. Okay, this is NC Breakthrough. We are 373 up. we run a little bit about EV. We can see last 3 days how we are standing. Let's see the graph. Okay. I mean, I showed on the wrong monitor. I apologize. Let's see for today how we went. We were up 371. If everything was good, we would be 627. I'm gonna show you like last 3 days when we are streaming and playing. We are up 912. We should be 1,500. We're gonna see the graph here. Just to see. Okay, show me the graph. Graph is, I mean, it's not the greatest. We are just going up and down, up and down, up and down. But I'm just also catching the rhythm. I think it will be okay. Just to see what we misplayed. I mean, we had a lot of mistakes, I see. Okay, we here lost the flush draw, we lost ace king, nines. What we did with nines? We lost against ace king. Okay, so this is the biggest question here. Ace queen hand. Ace queen hand. Did I play like a fish? I mean, it's clear call on the turn. He's giving us the odds. We need to have like he betting 25% of equity, so we want to call here. We have like king. We got ace blocker, and on the river, let's see. I just had a feeling like that line when he bets the half pot on the turn. I just don't understand that. He should bet the turn like normal size here. I don't know. He need to have a good SPR also. I don't know. Maybe I misplayed this hand. I don't know. But maybe even you can say it's really gross call because we have like ace of clubs also. I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. I just stood by the feeling, and that was the reason why. Okay, and that's like the biggest hand we lost, and everything else. And this hand is interesting also. Okay, I think that this hand is also interesting because we floated the flop, which is standard. We check raise the turn. We have like 6x's here. I think the 6x can check raise the turn without no problems. He bets 60% on the turn. We can see that he's like betting turn with bluff, inside straight draws, with top pairs. So he's betting over pairs 100%. And when the river comes, like 4x got there, 8-9 come there, 8-9 is there. I think that we must bet here, and I was just thinking about the size, and I decided to rep 6-6, and that's it. Okay, I decided to rep 6x here. I don't know. I mean, if I had ace of hearts here, I would probably shove on the river. But I decided like here to just rep the 6-6 and also the straight. I mean, he didn't call us with pocket nines or tens or jacks. He called us with straight, so I think it's okay play. That's it for today. Thank you for being here with me. Give me suggestions, give me your thoughts, how to improve. I will try to be better. I will try to explain better. So just at the beginning you can just write your ideas, critics, and we can, like, at the end of the session we can go through that. We'll see tomorrow at same time. Thank you and bye. And it doesn't allow me to quit. Why is that? I just can't get to another monitor. Okay, I got it. Thank you guys, bye.